You ready to let the dogs out?
What?
Do what?
From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Join Pet Pals TV's Patty Spitler as we celebrate our furry friends.
Cats, dogs, and all the critters in your family.
Celebrate the bond between pets and people and meet Hoosier heroes saving four-legged lives.
I love it. Good. I'm glad.
It's the Positively Patty podcast.
I can't wait anymore. Me neither.
Now, your host, here's Wish TV contributor Patty Spitler.
And coming up on the Positively Patty podcast, we're talking all things cat. Meow. Yes, KJ is our kitty correspondent on Pet Pals TV. And we have your questions. And also I threw in some of mine. And we'll find out what we need to know about your kitty. So it's Kitty Questions with KJ. So stay tuned. And now we're here with Pet Pals TV's kitty correspondent. That's KJ on the Positively Patty podcast. And we're going to talk all things cat today. We've got some cat questions for you, and KJ has the answer. KJ, let's start off with, I know what we want to do.
Yes.
When you were a little girl, just a little baby, what was the first word out of your mouth?
It was kitty. Before mama, before dada, it was kitty. So my mother, God rest her soul, would be so happy to know that I went on to be the kitty correspondent because she was not happy that I said kitty before mama.
Well, you were paving the way for your future jobs and expertise.
I sure was.
Yeah.
I sure was. And that's actually the first story I tell in my book, which is going to be coming out.
Oh.
Yes, Raised by Cats, coming soon.
Really? Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we'll have to do another podcast on your book, too. Today, we want to talk about questions that people have.
Yes.
Cats especially, it seems there's a lot of dog experts out there, but there aren't a lot of cat experts, and they don't know. So you get a cat, and now what do I do? Let's start off with one question that came in, and I think it was Diane who asked, how many kitty litters should you have? I have one cat and I'm getting two more. What should I do about that?
When it comes to litter boxes, you need to have one more litter box than you have cats. So if you have 3 cats, you need 4 litter boxes. Now, there is a caveat with that you need to know. Those 4 litter boxes need to be in 4 different places. If you line up 4 litter boxes in one room next to each other to your cat, that's one big litter box.
Ooh.
Yeah, and the reason that that's so important is out in the wild, they communicate by marking their territory.
Okay.
So if there's a cat in your house that is very territorial, he's going to guard those litter boxes. And so if you have one more litter box than you have cats, even if 3 of them are guarding, there's still a litter box open. So a lot of behavior issues and relationship issues can be solved simply by making sure that you have one more litter box than you have kitties.
Wow. Well, restrooms, I can understand that.
I don't like to share my restroom.
We're very protective of our restrooms. I get that. Here's something here's Patty's question.
Yes.
It seems to be accidents. Dog urine, you can clean up. Cat urine, it seems you cannot get the smell out. What do you do? Is there any way? What I do now is I have linoleum, hardwood floors, and sheep rugs. That's the way to go.
There are some really wonderful cleaners on the market now that are actually pet friendly. That was one of the things we ran into. It's like, okay, this is going to get the cat urine smell out, but it's not great for your cat to be around. There are now some non-toxic ones on the market. The trick is getting to it as fast as you can.
Okay.
So that it breaks down. And knowing that if your cat is peeing outside the box, that is a sign that something's
wrong. Exactly.
That is not a bad behavior. That is a please help me behavior.
Yes. I've had every kitty I've had through all my life, at the end of life, they ended up going outside of the box. And that was a key that something was terribly wrong.
It's a sign. And we've also learned with older cats, like you're talking about, sometimes when they start peeing outside the box, it's because as they get older, they get arthritis in their paws, and the litter actually hurts. So there are now several different litters on the market that are specifically for seniors that are a softer litter. My cat Jaina started peeing outside the box. She at about 12 years old, and we switched over to that litter, checked to make sure she didn't have any infections, and that was it. It was that it hurt to use the litter box. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, KJ, our kitty
Yes.
correspondent, Pet Pals TV. Let's take a look at some more issues and answers, which you have. Some people, I've seen it done. I've never done it for one of my cats, but I've seen people walking their kittens on a leash.
Yeah.
Can that be done?
It can be.
And what kind of leash do you use?
I recommend a safe harness.
Harness.
Yeah, just because, with their body weight, the way it's distributed, it is better to have a harness on them than just a collar. And you probably want to start them young, getting used to whatever you're going to use, whether it's a collar or a harness. Don't take your cat on a walk if it's stressful for them.
Oh, yeah.
You may want to start with a stroller to see if they even like to go outside.
Like Grayson's in a stroller a lot.
Grayson loves his stroller, but he doesn't want to he doesn't want to walk, right? So we figured that out with him. But yeah, I had a 3-legged cat growing up who loved to walk, and I would put her on a leash and walk her to my grandma's house every day.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know. See, I learned something about you. I thought I knew about you and all your kitties.
Very important if you are going to take your cats outside, and even if you're not. Heartworm is detrimental to cats. So if you are going to do anything with your cats outside, it is very important that you have them on a preventative medication for heartworm.
Okay, good advice. Now, you know that I've, and I admitted, my cats in the past, not the ones when I was growing up, because my mom and my dad, we let them outside and then they'd come back in, so they had all their claws. But when I started going to college and keeping the cat inside, sometimes in a dorm room that I didn't tell anybody I had a cat. Anyway, what I started doing is having the front claws taken out. And I did this for, 30 years or so. Never had an issue. They always responded well. But now I know better,
Well, we know what we know until we know better, right?
Okay, exactly.
We didn't know. And that, that took some time. It took some time to do studies to figure out what those long-term effects are. But now we know that it actually changes the way that a cat walks. Because they walk on those claws. They help with their balance. So over time, it actually causes joint problems. It hurts more to go in the litter box. So you'll find that cats who've been declawed don't use the litter box as well, and then they end up in shelters because they're peeing outside the box. And there's just a lot of long-term painful issues that we didn't know at the time that we do know.
So apparently I was lucky. Well, I had good vets, too. I was very lucky. They all never had an issue, but I would not do that again. Now, Timber, my current rescue kitty, 9-year-old, maybe 10-year-old, we don't talk about age. Timber is a rescue kitty, and he has all his claws, and I told you, that, and I thought, this is great. I'll put caps. I have them professionally put on by the groomer. Put caps on the front claws.
Yep.
Didn't work.
He was...
He pulled several of them off the...
He was like, no, thank you.
No. No. So I tried that. Now, the best remedy that I have if someone's... What I'm doing, and you can tell me what you're doing, is I take him to the groomer.
Yep.
My dog groomer, Heather Balone, and once every 8 weeks, he gets his nails trimmed professionally. I don't want to mess it up and do it myself. That seems to help. And he also has, and this was your idea, make sure that they're getting the scratching pad that they like. I bought 2. I gave you one, remember?
Yes.
I bought 2 of those poles that they scratch on. No. He wanted nothing to do with it. The ones he likes are the ones that are on the floor, kind of like a little ramp.
Yes.
Scratch.
Yeah.
So you need to find out what they like to scratch on?
Yeah, it's always good with a cat that's scratching, and especially if you bring them right away when you bring them home, give them a few different options. Give them the tall one, give them the one on the floor, give them the one that is in the circle that has a ball that they can play with while they scratch.
Okay.
I mean, there's so many options now, but it is... just like us, they have different preferences, and that behavior is very important to them. You can't punish or teach. You can't ever punish a cat. Like that doesn't.
Oh, you cannot punish a cat. No.
But you can't teach them not to do that. It's innate. It's part of who they are. It's marking to make them feel safe. It does serve a purpose because in the wild they need those claws to be sharp to hunt. And you cannot tell them as much as we want to. You never have to hunt for your food again. They don't understand that. So you can't change that behavior. What you can do is figure out what that is that they like to do. And if it's a certain area that they like to be in the house, put the scratch post there.
But all cats do like to scratch, right?
They all love to scratch.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
makes
good to
them
know.
feel safe.
Okay.
And you want your cat to feel safe, right?
I do have one in the living room. My old cupboard that was my grandmother's in the dining room. Boy, he looks at that and then looks at me like, I'm going to put my claws up there. And I go, no. And then he'll run away like, oh, I got your attention now. So and then we run in the kitchen and he gets some more food. What else can we talk about here? What about sleeping? I have heard that cats sleep 20 hours a day. True or false?
About 16 to 18 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing that some of the stuff that we go through with them, and it's like, well, you were only up for 6 hours. Boy, you accomplished a lot. Tearing things up, running through the house. But yeah, it's kitties, young kittens and older cats will sleep a lot more.
Yep.
The most active time, despite what people think, and yes, there is some activity at night, but your most active time for your cats is actually dusk and dawn.
Yep.
Those are the best times for them to hunt. So again, if you think about your cat, understand that it is still 96% DNA related to a big cat.
Okay.
Everything that a tiger does, your tiny cat is programmed to do. And so that's why their behavior is the way it is. It's still programmed to be out in the wild, hunting, and also protecting themselves from being hunted.
Oh, one more before we go here. I've had people say, I'm a vegan. I want to feed my cat broccoli. Dogs are omnivores. They can eat, some other things,
Yes.
vegetables. They can eat, you can feed that, mix it in with the kibble and the meat. But cats have to have meat.
Yes, and it's really important that you work with your vet on the right diet for your cat, because there actually are sometimes some behavior issues that come from allergies. There are so many different diets available that I never say, like, this is what's best for your cat.
Right.
Your cat needs protein, though.
You
You got to make sure that.
And mine likes the
they get
most
it.
expensive that you can possibly get.
Oh, mine too. Mine too. Yeah.
He's a fancy feast kind of guy. That's all there is to it. And it has to be fresh. And it has to be delivered with a little table mat under it. That's another story. Okay, thank you so much. I love learning more. We love our kitties. KJ, our kitty correspondent. Watch her on Pet Pals TV every weekend. And also, people can reach you if they have a question?
Yes, absolutely. You can find everything. There's actually right on my website, you'll see a little button that says Help for My Cat. So go to kjonair.com, and if you have questions, click Help for My Cat.
Help for my cat. Also, you can contact me. My page is open, and I'll send your kitty questions on to KJ. That's it for the Positively Patty podcast. Bye, Grayson. Tongues out, Grayson. Okay. Take care. We'll talk to you next time.
Discover more pet-friendly stories at PetPalsTV.com. And stay with Wish TV online at WishTV.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast and discover more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at AllIndianaPodcastNetwork.com.